Welcome back to Bachelor Buzz, the best place to come for recaps on your favorite show and the latest in Bachelor Nation news. We're your hosts, Arena.
And Julia, and we're so excited you could join us. We are doing a little extra episode like we've been doing on the front runners. We did Daisy, we did Kelsey, we did Maria, and the last one is, of course, Rachel. We saved the best for last. Well, we are big fans of Kelsey as well, but
Yes.
Arena has always had like a soft spot for Rachel. She predicted from like day one that Rachel would be an important person to Joey, and you were so right, Arena.
Thank
Good
you.
job. So today's all about Rachel
Yeah.
Nance.
Yes. I think that's how
Do
you
we
say it
know?
right.
Again,
I think
these
that's
last
how you
names
say
are
it.
hard.
Oh
Is
my
it
gosh.
Nance or
We want to make sure
Nancy?
we say it right. I think it's
Oh,
Nance. It seems
okay.
like it's Nance,
Rachel
right? Okay.
Nance. Yes.
So yeah, like Julia said, she's one of our faves, and Kelsey A, of course. And we like all the women in the top four. Just want to throw that out there. We think they're all
Yeah, we
great,
think
and the
they're
top
great.
six really, they were all
Yeah.
fantastic. I miss Kelsey T and I miss Jen. Um,
hmm
but Rachel, who has not gotten a lot of screen time this season, unfortunately, has been a total disservice because she does have a strong connection to Joey, I believe. And also, there's a lot of things about her that we haven't seen. If you go to her
Yeah.
socials, look at her TikTok, look at her Instagram, you'll see there is an exciting person there who likes to go on adventures and go on
hmm
trips and everything. So you can learn a little bit
She's
more about her.
Yeah, she's so positive. She has like a very like almost spiritual outlook
Mhm.
on life, and like
Yes.
that's what I really enjoyed looking through her Instagram. Just like it made me feel happy. Like she
Yeah.
posts a lot of uplifting things. So,
Positive
um
energy, a lot of positive
yeah,
energy.
really
I
love
love
that.
that. So, Rachel was born January 28th. She is now 27 years old. She is an Aquarius, and she is also a traveling ICU nurse. So, she became a registered nurse. And mind you, this is within the realm of COVID days that she became a nurse. So, this is some
Oh,
hard
thank you
stuff.
for your service, Rachel.
Yes, thank you,
God,
Rachel, for
amazing
everything that you're doing
woman.
and all those nurses out there because
Yes, thank you
that
all.
is, whew, just in regular without COVID, it's a lot, but
Oh
add
yeah.
COVID to the mix for any healthcare worker and oh my
hmm
goodness. So she's a
Amazing.
travel nurse, like I said. So, meaning for those who may not know, a travel nurse is someone who can take on a contract and work it for maybe like a month or two, and then their contract ends, and then they can take a break or just move on to their next contract somewhere else. So, she got a lot of questions. Apparently, I saw one of her TikToks when people were asking, how did you go on The Bachelor if you're an ICU nurse? And she's a travel nurse. So, her contract ended. She had time in between, and she decided to give a chance for finding love and going on the show. If anyone remembers, Katie Bigger, who was Final Rose recipient on Zach Shawcross season, the last Bachelor season, she's a travel nurse as well. So that's probably why it worked out
Ooh.
for her too.
hmm
So
That
we know
makes sense
that.
because, that's just awesome. Like that
Mhm.
job in general. In my
Yeah.
field, I could also do a traveling job, but like once I settled down, like I did not want to do that, but I did consider it for a while. And I just feel like it's the perfect thing to do when you're young and like, she wasn't tied down, but like now she's maybe gonna end up with Joey, who knows? And it
Mhm.
just will be fun to see like where do they end up together because she
Yeah.
can probably go anywhere.
Really. And that's what's so exciting. Like literally she can go anywhere. So yeah, she was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, which she has said multiple times. She's a
Yeah.
proud of her background. Her mother's from the Philippines, so she identifies also as Filipina. And she went to Cal State Fullerton at the beginning of her college career, and then she transferred to University of Maine at Fort Kent, where she played volleyball collegiately.
Hmm.
And then she became a registered nurse. And now I think she's living in Southern California, like the LA area.
Yeah, she's living in
Yeah.
California.
So she's been doing that. She runs some marathons. She's done a lot, like she's done different like things. Like according to her Instagram, guys, we're doing our
Yeah.
best here. We're doing like
She
we're
seems
just
so
here.
active
She
and just
does,
like
yeah.
loves nature.
Adventure.
Like,
Yeah.
Love that. I feel like California is such a great place for her to live.
It
Like,
really is because you get all the different climates too. You can go up
hmm
to the mountains and go skiing or snowboarding. You can also go to the beach. You can go hiking. It's just really
hmm
fun. And I think
Yeah.
that fits Joey too because he likes to be outdoors. He needs to be with someone who likes doing things outdoors and is
Yes.
adventurous.
A little
And so I think that really
sporty.
fits.
I see
Yeah.
that. Was
And
she good at tennis? She was pretty good, right?
she
On the
was pretty
doubles
good. But I think because
episode?
she's an athlete. So I think
Yeah.
even though tennis is hard, you would know, Julia, tennis player.
She probably has like really good eye-hand coordination in
Mhm.
general. So even if she's not like trained in tennis, she probably did well. But
Yeah.
yeah, tennis is awesome. I love tennis. I actually was just telling my husband, like, I want to get back into tennis. I don't know if
Yes.
it's because of Joey, but like we have a tennis court in our community.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna try and do that. We'll bring the baby. He'll just hang
Yes.
out in his like car seat or something
Yeah. And he can watch
while
and
we
he can get into
play.
it. So when he's
Yeah.
old enough, you can be like, let's get out there on the court. Like,
Yes, I know. I'm so excited to do that.
awesome.
Already we're like practicing like rolling and throwing balls, and
Oh,
he's putting
fun.
balls in containers and
Nice.
stacking blocks. It's just like a whole new world and it's so much fun. But anyways, back to Rachel. Enough about my baby, which I could talk about all day. We could do a whole other episode just talking about our babies.
We
But
will.
we will get
Just
back
kidding.
on track to Rachel.
Yes. But yeah,
So,
so we've just learned different things. Like her parents are still together. She has an older
mm,
sister. She has said that basically her parents are the model for her and what love is because they've
yeah.
been together for some time. And her dad, who she's compared to Joey, she said that Joey reminds her a lot of her dad.
hmm
He's like so good to her mom and
Yeah.
really is there to support her. And she says she's looking for a man who's honest and gentle and supportive. And she's
Yeah.
also mentioned that, I guess, where is it? She said that if she could find a love half as pure as her parents, she would consider
Oh,
herself blessed and that
that's
they
so
have
sweet.
a raw and selfless form of love. So that's beautiful.
Oh,
Oh my
we
gosh.
should get them on the show. Jeez.
Really?
Would
Oh my
love
gosh.
to interview them. Like I really love that because, it's sad to say, not to say that it's like a good thing versus a bad thing, but like we have seen a lot of people on the show who've had a lot of like family trauma.
Mhm.
And it is nice to see that her family, the parents are loving, and it's just
Actually
great to
love.
see that
Yeah.
too, and like she has a really good example of love. Like it just seems like a really healthy start. She has a good idea of what to expect and how to show love to a
Yeah.
partner,
In which
which
way?
sometimes people at that age still are learning, and
Yeah.
maybe she's still learning. I'm not going to
Oh yeah.
blanket term that, but it's just I definitely think she probably knows what it feels like to treat someone right and to be treated right.
Mhm.
So she's
Yeah.
definitely, I think, ready for love, and I hope she
Yeah.
finds it in Joey or anyone else.
Yeah, and I think like I would agree with that. Like even if people are still together doesn't mean there's a lot of love there, but the fact that she goes out of her way to say like how her parents have this raw, selfless love is so beautiful that even their children can recognize that. That definitely is a great
Yeah.
example for her to see and anyone who's in a situation where they see that
Mhm.
in their family that they can understand that that's what love can be and that they can go off and hopefully find that for themselves. So
Yeah.
I do think that's pretty wonderful as well that she's able to see that. And also, let's see, like a few other things I think about Rachel, just the little fun facts. She loves watching Friends, which is funny. Her
I
name is
love
Rachel,
Friends. Oh my God.
and Joey is Joey.
Yes,
Rachel and
Joey.
Joey.
Any other
um,
friends? No Monica's,
no,
no Chandler's.
no
Shocking. I know.
Chandler.
No Chandler's on the
There was
show.
a Chandler though on the season. She went
Oh,
home the
you're
first night.
right. There
Yeah.
was a
And she
Chandler.
made that
That's
joke when she met
hilarious.
him.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll be there for you.
That was
No
very cool.
Phoebe's.
Yeah, no
That
Phoebe.
is so funny. You're right. Okay, so there was a
Yeah,
Chandler.
there was a Chandler.
But yeah, I love Friends. So another reason
Yeah.
why I like Rachel. I just feel like I would love to talk with her about
Right?
Friends.
Yeah. I think that she would totally click with us.
Yeah.
And she loves to read. She reads Jane Austen books. That's like some of her favorite books. So she's
Oh, cool.
very like
Oh.
intelligent and cultured
Mhm.
and, all these things.
Another thing that we discovered is that she is like non-dairy. We talked about that with our elk mentioning last week.
Yes.
But, she goes to like plant-based and vegan restaurants because of the
Mhm.
non-dairy and like lactose intolerance. So I don't know if she's like vegan or plant-based, but I definitely am gonna keep following her stories because like I want to try out some of those places in California next time I go. I think I'm going in like June or July. So I'm
Oh,
definitely excited to start planning like what I want to do there.
yeah.
And also, Arena, I know that you used to live over there. So like if you have any recommendations,
I
let me
definitely
know.
will. Like, I would say just real quick, and if Rachel listens to this,
Mhm.
Gracias Madre in West Hollywood is a
Ooh.
vegan Mexican restaurant. It is delicious. It's amazing.
Oh my
The
God.
interior is beautiful. It's very trendy. They have an outdoor area too. It's very what people would probably say West Hollywood when they go to visit. You're gonna get that
Cute.
LA restaurant
Oh my
experience.
gosh.
And their drinks are amazing too, like their actual
Okay.
alcoholic drinks and their drinks that are non-alcoholic. Like it's just an amazing restaurant. It's one of my favorites.
What
Like
is it called again? Gracias
Gracias
Madre.
Madre.
Adding it to the
Yeah.
list.
So
But yeah, so that's another fun fact about
shameless plug.
Rachel.
I
Um,
know.
I know we're
Yeah.
just like plugging all these
We're just
random
for
food
free. These
places.
people are just getting
Yeah, I know
free
you're
advertising
welcome.
for us.
Gracias,
Hello.
Madre.
Hello.
Let us know how it
Um,
is if you go,
Yeah.
Rachel.
But I think I looked it up. She does eat meat, but she
Oh, okay.
does like I saw in one of her TikToks she was eating chicken at a restaurant in Hawaii. So,
Oh.
but like you said, she's lactose intolerant, dairy free, and eating plant-based when you don't have to, that's really healthy and that's awesome. So I'm glad that she's doing that. Even if she didn't, I would not care. Like, do
Yeah,
you?
no judgment
I'm not just
here.
like
It's just like I am just so much more alert to that stuff now because I'm like, oh my God, vegan.
Yeah.
No, I'm not vegan, but like it's just a little easier to say sometimes, like when
Yeah.
you're trying to eat. Um, but
Plant-based.
yeah, so that's kind of cool. Another
Hmm.
thing we have in common with her.
Yeah. And I would say just like also something that I really like is that she mentioned that she's been getting a lot of messages about the fact that she wears her natural curly hair on the
Oh
show
yeah.
and that people are just like, thank you for doing that so that, they can see someone like them on the screen. And she said that, when she was younger, she would have loved to see more people that looked like her on TV. And even though there's still like, these are not her exact words, everyone. Watch her TikTok. She talks about it, but even though there's a lot that needs to be done, she says she's glad that she can be a part of it right now and making it better on TV. And
Hmm.
I will say personally, like, because I see how my children watch things. They're so small. My
Yeah.
daughter's 5, but
Yeah.
the fact that my daughter can sit there and say, "I love Rachel," like Rachel's her favorite, and she loves that
Yeah.
she has curly hair like her, and she gets
Totally.
excited, and just the
Uh-huh.
also like the background. I think mixed race and stuff. Like it's just
Yeah.
really nice for my children to see people on TV kind of like them, and to know that that exists. Because growing up, when I was
Totally.
watching TV, like, no, did not see a lot of people like myself, and you kind of
Yeah.
just go through life like that's the way it is. It should be better.
Right.
That's the way.
Right. It's like, oh, is that kind of like would I be able to do something like that? But now
Hmm.
the answer that your daughter's seeing is a resounding yes, of course.
Yes,
You know?
yes. Okay.
And also just to like look deeper at Rachel's life, sure your daughter, once you explain to her like, oh, she's also a nurse, she can travel, like that's just amazing,
Yeah,
kind of role model. So I think that Rachel's a really awesome role model for women out there.
yeah, for sure.
A lot
I
of these women are though.
Right, they really are, and I just want to say, even though this is the profile about Rachel, like we said, all top 6 women, I feel like this time around, like, granted, like I said, I watched Clayton's and Colton's season in like
Mhm.
after it aired. Like I just watched them
Yeah.
like on online like in the last 6 months. Okay, so
Mhm.
I didn't watch it live, and I never saw Zach's season. I started watching Ben Higgins' season, but I got to like Fantasy Suites and stopped there because this season was
Mhm.
starting, so I had to focus, guys.
Mhm.
But I've seen the Bachelorette seasons, and I feel like you don't always like you don't always maybe resonate or feel like, oh, this top six makes sense, or if there's someone in there
Mm.
that's like hasn't had a one-on-one, or there's two people that haven't even had a one-on-one.
Yeah.
And
It's just
this
like,
time
how are you
around,
here?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, like why are you here? But now it's like all six women had a one-on-one. All of them had a connection with him, and they're all great.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he couldn't take six to hometowns, but like,
Yeah.
which would have been awesome. I'm sorry, like that would have been so cool. But
Yeah.
I just think it was just such a good group of women overall throughout the season that it was really awesome to see. And I like that, I like our top four. I really like them for different
Too.
reasons, all of them for different reasons.
Yeah,
And
they're all so different
they're
yet
also different.
special. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And don't know what's going to happen with everyone, but I wish them the best. And of course, my favorites are Rachel and Kelsey A.
Yeah. My favorites are Kelsey and Rachel. Those are my top two. So,
Hey.
yeah, I'm really excited to see how it goes. I did want to say, I really think that of all the families, and again, I don't really know that, but I just feel like Rachel's seems so open the way
Yeah,
she talked about them. Like, I feel like he may really like them, and that could
I
kind
hope
of
so.
skew him towards wanting her to continue,
I hope so.
Maybe.
I'm really
And then
excited.
also beyond that, like it's just his home, like his home away from home, I guess, Hawaii, like being back there, that nostalgia piece. Like I feel like she has a good chance. This is exactly what she needed to like stay in the game.
Yeah,
I don't
really?
want to say game, it's
Hey guys, it's a
I hate to
competition.
it is a competition, but
It
like
is.
really the journey. Let's say the journey,
Yes, it
right?
is the
Stay in the
journey.
journey.
The journey.
Um,
Stay in the journey.
is there anything else you wanted to mention?
Um, Not really. I just look really forward to seeing hometowns. I'm excited to see a full day of them together because there's
Mhm.
been some hate online. Hey, you know
Yeah,
who
let's
you
talk about
are.
that.
I'm going to talk about this.
No,
Look.
no negative things until this week. Pretty much across the board, though. All the
Yes.
girls are
Oh,
getting
yeah.
hate. But
They are.
Rachel,
Yeah, Rachel,
what are
there are
people
people
saying?
that are straight up like, what connection? They don't have a connection, which you're entitled to your own opinion. I don't care, whatever. But you have to keep in mind, she hasn't had a lot of screen time. So yeah, we
Mhm.
haven't really seen their connection very much, unfortunately. And when we did
But
see
what we
something,
have seen, yeah,
yes, well, what
it's
we
just,
have seen, it's been really strong. They've connected. It's more than friendship. He is attracted to her
yes,
because he wouldn't be making out with her the way
it's
he is.
chemistry. Like
It was.
they have chemistry.
They have
That I
chemistry.
still that wedding
That
date
was the
where she
best.
just like boom for me that sealed it. I was like, okay, yeah, I know I've already said literally the same thing on other episodes,
No,
but
but it's
that
true.
made me realize like she definitely is going far because
It's
they
true.
just had an instant spark.
They had an
And she's
instant spark.
witty and she's fun,
Mhm.
it's not just she's pretty and nice and smart. Like
Yeah,
she's so fun. And I think he
yeah.
sees that.
He
And
definitely sees
she's
that.
cool. She's not like not overthinking.
Yeah,
She's not dramatic. Like,
confident.
yes, she's
Doesn't get into
confident.
drama.
Mhm.
Some people have said like, "Oh, she said some snarky things." Okay, so like when he took Maria and they got to talk, and she goes, "I thought we weren't allowed to talk to me." Who wouldn't say that? Like she didn't have a rose. Like, are we gonna blame her for
Yeah,
saying what most people were thinking? Probably that were
right.
standing there. Like, I don't even
It
care.
was
I think
between
people are
her and
nitpicking.
Maria and
It would,
oh,
yeah.
Jen and Kelsey,
Oh,
right?
her and yeah.
Yeah, but
Like, I think
still.
people are nitpicking on little things to justify why they don't like her.
Yep.
And I feel like people need to, first of all, no commenting on physical stuff because let's stop it, guys. People have talked about the different women for different reasons, or their voices, or their teeth. And we all know who I'm talking about when I mention these things. If you don't, people have talked about Kelsey A's teeth saying they're too yellow. Stop it. They've
Mm.
talked about Daisy's voice and
All right.
vocal fry. Stop it,
Right.
guys.
Yes.
They've talked
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
Maria and how she dresses. Girl likes to
Mm.
dress that way. She has a great body. Let her do her thing. And they've
Yeah.
talked about now Rachel and saying they don't even think that she's that pretty. I think she's beautiful. And that's
Well,
all
a
that
lot of people
matters
are
to
like,
them,
well,
what
they
they
just
think.
want someone of color in the top
Mm,
four. And
yes.
I really just, come on. Like,
Mm,
there's no way that he is only bringing her through because of like, ugh. I mean,
yes.
I know this show is not as real as we want it to be, but
No.
like, I really hope that no one is really that weak willed to just
Joey would
like
not
bring
do
someone
that.
in just because the producers asked them
I
to
don't believe that
at
Joey
this
would do
point.
that. I think it's
Meet their
insulting when
family. Like,
people
come on.
say that. I think it's very insulting, and I think that's
Hmm.
just honestly, it's racist.
It
If
is.
that's your reason, if you're like, well, you know why? If you can't see it and you're saying that must be the reason, then I don't think your motives for saying that are pure of heart. They just aren't
Right.
because
Yeah.
he has a connection with her. That's why she's still there.
Hmm.
And to judge that, he has his own mind. And I almost am like, Joey, can you just say something publicly? Because I think he came out and said something about like how, and I don't know for sure because I didn't read it, but it was like something like, I guess, standing up for Maria or something,
Yeah.
like,
He
and
has stood
everything.
up for Maria,
So then he needs to do
saying
that
like
for
she's just
Rachel.
being herself. She's misunderstood.
Then he needs to do that for Rachel.
So
I
yeah,
want to hear it
I
for
hope he
Rachel.
does.
He
I
needs to
really, that's,
say, "Look, I liked this woman. She's beautiful. She was a great person, and that is why I brought her into hometown. So cut
mhm.
it out, people." Will he say it?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. But like,
I don't think he can.
I'm
He
being
probably
real
can't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we got him on our podcast,
in the
Joey,
future.
invites out there.
When you're off a contract,
Yeah.
Joey. So East Coast represent. We're all from the East Coast. I may live West right now, but I'm from the East Coast. Okay, and
Yes.
so.
East Coast. Um,
But yeah, so
but
that's all I really have to say about that is that I think that they do have a connection. The facts are there, they're facts. And as Zachary
yeah,
Reality said, he did the TikTok on it and it was so good. He
it
just
was really good.
basically was like, the facts are there. This. Like, and it's true.
Yeah.
So you're entitled to your own opinion for people who feel that way, but I see what I see, other people see what's there, and Joey obviously saw it. So that's all that
Yep.
matters. He saw it and she's there and
100.
may she continue
Um,
on, hopefully.
yes. So I think the last thing that we wanted to talk about was their zodiac sign
That's
compatibility,
right.
their star signs,
Awesome.
in my Australian accent, because if you watch Maps Australia, you'll get it. But as we mentioned, we are gonna do a little like, star sign compatibility interview with my friend who is really knowledgeable in the area in a couple weeks. I think March 16th. So keep an eye out for that drop.
Yeah.
And she will be analyzing the top three. So right now we don't know who's in the top three. So we're just going to talk about Rachel and Joey's compatibility. Rachel is an Aquarius, and Joey, as we've mentioned before, is a Gemini. And it says they're two air signs. So they are already very similar and they're
Yeah.
very compatible. They're very sparkly, superb connection. They're extroverts. They love to be social. They love to try new things. So I think that that's a really good combination. I think
Yeah.
that we've seen that. It
Yeah.
kind of tracks, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
It
what we're
does.
seeing
Yeah.
in the show. So we're hoping that, it's a good match in the end. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's our little mini zodiac
Yeah. I think
plug.
so. Are they too much alike? Will
Maybe.
it be too
That's a
much?
good
Who knows?
question. We'll see what our expert says
Yeah. We'll see.
when
We'll
we have it.
see.
If Rachel's still in it,
I hope
hopefully.
she is.
We
But
don't know.
intuition, guys, I was using my intuition at the beginning of the season. Like Julia
Yes.
said, I always was like,
Mhm.
Rachel's going far. But like, I just had a feeling that she was at least
Yeah.
going to get this far. And, well, she did. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So just like this isn't about Rachel, but we forgot to do Kelsey A's.
Oh, yeah. Let's do
She's an
that.
Aries. I'm an Aries. So
Oh, so her
so
birthday is
let's
coming up.
yes, yeah. So Aries and Gemini, just for our viewers who are like, hey, you didn't talk about Kelsey A's. So Gemini and Aries are optimistic signs and they look for positives. They are compatible. They have good communication and deep understanding. Now, is it a sparkling connection like what we see about the Aquarius Gemini match? Doesn't seem so. But
No.
again, it's a positive one.
Oh, yeah.
And then for Maria's, she's also a Virgo. So just listen to what we said about Daisy's.
Yes, really. That's a.
So yeah,
They're
it's
both
just, I
Virgos.
mean, I don't
So
know
he
how to
likes
dissect it
Virgos.
further. I guess. I mean, uh we'll just find out more. I'm really excited to look deeper into that. Now, unfortunately, we don't have their times of birth.
Yeah. That's
but
so
we
hard.
can still do a good analysis. So keep
Yeah.
an eye out for that, viewers.
Yes. That'll be a great episode. I'm excited to
Yeah,
do
me
it.
too.
And yeah, so we're excited to see hometowns and see who continues on because the season's almost over, guys. We've got hometowns, we've
Yes.
got women tell all, and then we have the fantasy suites, and then we have the final episode. So we'll probably have like a good 4 episodes left. And we all know that they drag out the very end. So hopefully
Probably
they
be
do
a
it back
three
to
or
back.
4 hour one. Yeah.
Yes. Don't give us a week in between, guys.
Oh,
Please.
no.
Please.
Cool.
Just too much. It's too much, but we'll take it. Whatever. But yeah. So thanks
All right.
for joining us,
Yes.
guys. Remember, you can listen to this wherever you listen to podcasts, and if you want to watch us do it, we're on
Our
YouTube under
faces.
Bachelor Buzz podcast,
Yes. Or
and
Patreon.
mhm,
So that's where you can see our visual,
yeah.
put a face behind the voice.
Mhm.
Um, but otherwise, just keep an eye out for our new episodes. They're dropping soon. We're gonna drop this recap hopefully today,
Yeah.
and then we have our not recap, this
Oh,
profile,
profile.
and then our recap tomorrow as
Mhm.
normal with our guest speaker Elizabeth Regan. And yeah, so keep an eye out.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. It was really nice seeing you. Okay, bye.
Bye.